Dude, I have so many.
Oh my gosh, me too, dude.
I have so much
Work to do.
Dude, I have so much homework. I have 2 tests tomorrow.
Tomorrow I have 3 essays due, a chem lab, and then 2 tests, bro.
Oh god.
Hey, but you know what time it is?
Dude, I think they know too. It's grind time, baby.
Let's go! Hey, how was your first week of class, Irv?
Honestly, to be honest with you, first week of class was kind of tough because it was super fast paced. Like every day when you went to the class, the lectures were like 50 minutes, and then the information they gave you was too much to cover. So you had to like keep up with the materials and get ready for the next like lecture class.
You have to read before the lecture, right? You have to read the whole chapter?
Absolutely. If you read the chapter before your lecture, you're going to be so much prepared for your class that it's going to be super beneficial for you, because she literally goes over the chapter in her lecture, so you have kind of idea of what she's trying to say. So it's kind of better for you to get the materials ready and right on.
What do you think of all of the friends that you made so far? What do you think of everybody at the school? How are you liking everything?
It's super fun, to be honest with you. Like, I met you, Jake. Hey, he has a meme channel at Instagram. Has how many followers?
26K. Shout out to Meme Skillet.
So he has 26,000 followers. It's actually insane that he has 26,000 followers. But great people at UCSB. Many of them want to like grind just like us in our classes, and we have a balance. We have fun and grinding for our classes, so it's not just like studying until 2 a.m. but basically it's just so basically we just grind and then do good in our tests. Alright, Jake, so about clubs, how many clubs have you seen so far, like organizations around UCSB, and how they influenced you in your academics?
Well, there's so many clubs, honestly. Like, anything that you can choose, from rock climbing to underwater basket weaving. Not that I'm into that, but I'm actually doing intramural ping pong, and I'm also going to join the snow team soon, too. Team? Yeah, it's the snow club, so then they'll go up to Mammoth or Big Bear and snowboard and everything, rent out a cabin. I'm actually really looking forward to that. So there's a bunch of opportunities to get involved outside of your classes, and, you know, kind of increase your social circle a little bit, you know, meet new people, and just practice on some of the skills that, you know, you had before coming into college, you know?
Yeah, and do you grind in those clubs?
Always, dude. Grind time never stops.
Grind time never stops.
Hey, so Irf, I heard you play tennis. Are you gonna play at the tennis club?
See, hopefully. I would love to play at the tennis for the tennis club at UCSB, but first I need to get a surgery on my shoulder. I actually get on this story. It's a big story about my shoulder. I dislocated many times, so I need to get a surgery on it. But hopefully when I get a surgery, I'll be back on the track, grind some tennis with the UCSB people. But there's a very big like a program for tennis. It's like you pay $300, I believe, and then you go to like different cities, tournaments, and you get actual like professional coaches that help you out, gain more experience with tennis. But for answering your question, I would actually love to join the tennis team. Alright, so the next tip that we're going to give you guys is homework wise. So in your classes, they don't give you guys much homework. But the thing is, it's reality. College doesn't give you much homework as like high school did, because high school wanted to like make you prepared for the tests or classes, but over here they just give you a lecture and that's it. They give you a small amount of homework, but you have to work on your own most of the times, because homework wise, if you don't do the homework and not go beyond the homework in your classes, you'll probably struggle during quizzes or exams. And that's what some people don't recognize during their freshman year. They just do the homework that they give and they say, oh, we have so much free time, so they go out in Isla Vista and like hang out with their friends. So they should consider that doing homework and book problems would help them in their classes and in future courses. So anything you want to add, Jake?
Yeah, definitely. One of the things that's different for me transitioning from high school to college is how the professors just expect you to know the material, you know. They expect you to know what they're saying and what they're teaching, you know. So that really leaves a burden on your shoulders to kind of work harder outside of classes, and you know, putting in that extra effort to study the material and read all the chapters, and you know, just putting in work on your own, you know, because like you said, they don't really give you that much homework. It's mostly because they're expecting you to go out and do research on your own, right? Instead of them assigning it for you. You're mostly doing it kind of on your own, you know, outside of the lectures and stuff, honestly, which are kind of mostly guidelines and stuff.
Absolutely. So another tip I want to give you guys is that go to office hours. Office hours are very crucial at UCSB. Any professor has an office hour, so if you guys go to their office hours, they get to know you more, because in our lectures there are like 800 or 400 people in our class, so there's a lot of people in your class, and professors are not going to recognize your face every day. So going to her office hour or his office hour will help them to see you and see like that you want to grind for this class and you want to put work on this class and get that A that you deserve. So go to office hours and honestly manage your time. So when you wake up at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m., like eat a breakfast and then go study. Don't just go and lay in your bed and say, oh, I have a class at 9 a.m. Study before that 9 a.m. and study your like lecture notes before 9 a.m. because that brings like some memories about the other lectures, so that will help you out in that class. So my main point is going to the office hours, do your homework, read your chapter notes, read chapters before the lecture, and you should be prepared for those classes.
Do you have anything to say about the sections and stuff too? Because that's another thing, is I thought there would only be lectures, but there's actually something called sections. So would you like to explain that?
Okay, so this is a great point you bring, Jake. So sections are very, very important. So sections are run by actually like students at UCSB. So they're like, are they doctorate?
I think it's by the teacher assistants or
yeah. So it's they have a degree in that major, but they're not actually like a professor. So they're like current students that will help you out in that class, and they actually are the ones that grade your essays and tests. So basically the professor is going to teach the class and give you the test during class, but the TAs are the ones that will grade the materials and determine your grade in the class. So going to sections are very, very important, and make sure if you want to change your section, do it the first week, because after the second week or first week it's going to be very tough to change your section because the sections kind of get full, and that's very important about it, to make sure you have a good section TA, and because they actually give you the grade in the class. Alright, Jake, I think this is the last question I want to ask. So how's the living in dorm? How is your experience living in dorm, and is it easy to study, or is it crowded to study, or how is it? Just give us some details about dorming.
So for me, I have two other roommates, so there's three people in one dorm for us, and it can get a little bit crowded, but the most important thing to, you know, have a good time in the dorms is basically just to communicate with your roommates, because for me, I'm very different than my roommates. We have different personalities and different interests, but that doesn't mean that, you know, we're bad roommates. Like we don't have to be best friends to be good roommates, you know. So the important thing there is to communicate and understand each other's boundaries and kind of set guidelines. But you asked about studying. I don't think studying is too difficult unless, you know, a dormie is playing loud music or any of that. But I think it's just kind of giving each other respect and just communicating with each other, and then that'll, you know, really help in the long run, you know, having a good time in the dorm, you know, being comfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. It's been your boy Irfan and Jake, and shout out to erftennis squad. Hope to see you guys soon. Peace out.
that you love